and you made a Superman cape.
What?
So you also as a guy that looks up to you, looks up to
What is this dude talking about?
At least there's memes to like help people, you know, deal with reality.
A surreal scene in the Oval Office today with Kanye West embracing
Oh, God.
President
Oh.
Trump. Kanye West embracing President Trump.
That's wild.
Oh my god, this is stupid shit.
I love this guy right here.
I have a lot of things to say about this.
The president somehow finding the time for a private meeting and lunch with a controversial rapper and loyal Trump supporter that devolved into an incoherent televised rant.
I didn't actually see it, but I heard about it.
He came to the White House for a private meeting on prison reform.
Kanye, you gotta take that hat off, bro.
But capped off his appearance by cursing in the Oval Office as the president smiled.
Trump is on his hero's journey right now, and he might not have expected to have a crazy like Kanye West.
You just gonna cuss in front of the president like that?
But like
That
Kanye
place where
West
he's sitting,
wanna-
it's a place of
and,
honor. Like,
support.
important people
But
go there, and
best
he's just
believe
gonna talk
we
like
are
that?
gonna
Like,
make America-
really?
Best believe we are gonna make America great.
I don't get why he's doing this.
Dude, that is so unexpected that Kanye, out of all people, would love Donald Trump.
This is definitely just hilarious for me as a hip-hop fan. It's just another thing that's making American politics look like a f***ing reality TV show.
You know, they tried to scare me to not wear this hat, my own friends, but this hat, it gives me power in a way. You know, it gives me power in a way.
It gives you power?
You know, my dad and my mom separated, so I didn't have a lot of male energy in my
Okay,
home.
I feel that.
And also,
Same.
I'm married to a family that, you know, not a lot of male energy going on. It's beautiful,
Okay, get
though.
to your point, sir.
The fact that Trump looks like he's actually listening to what he's saying, it's
I
like,
love Hillary, I love everyone. You know, I love Hillary, I love everyone, right? But the campaign, I'm with her, just didn't make me feel as a guy that didn't get to see my dad all the time, like a guy that could play catch with his son.
That makes
There was
sense.
A guy that could play catch with his son.
Okay,
There was something
I
about
feel
when
that.
put
I
the
kind
hat
of-
on,
I feel
it
him a
made
little
me
bit on
feel
that.
like- It made me feel like Superman. You made a
My
Superman.
God.
That's my favorite superhero.
What is he even
You made a
saying?
Superman.
What?
So you also as a guy that looks up to you, looks up to
What is this dude talking about?
Also as a guy that looks up to you, looks up to Ralph Lauren, looks up to American industry guys. Not
He doesn't know how the economy works. I can tell already.
However you want to do it, 5 seconds delay, and just goes in and gets it done right now.
Yeah, I agree with him.
And I think the way the universe works, it's perfect. We don't have 13 floors, do we? You know, so the four gentlemen that wrote
Trump's like, you hear this dude?
didn't look like the people they were amending. Also, at that point, it was illegal for blacks to read or African Americans to read.
Yeah.
I'm just so livid. Like, Kanye's actually doing this, and he's being so
You get locked
serious.
up. So that meant if you actually read the amendment, you get locked up and turned to a slave.
Wait, hold up. Isn't like the 13th Amendment about like slavery? Kanye wants to get rid of the 13th Amendment. It doesn't make sense at all.
Everything he said about like how the hat just like empowers him and like it's kind of like wearing a cape kind of.
Deep down, Kanye West has a great ideology. He's trying to help his people, and that's great. Just the way that he's doing it is so wrong.
Kanye is just, he lacked that male figure in his life early on. And he was talking about that just now, and I actually grew up the same way. But I feel like he definitely shouldn't be going for someone like Trump, who's a little bit too extreme masculine to solve that issue.
I brought a
He just showed his password on the news.
We all know his password, of course, the meme.
This right here is the iPlane 1. It's a hydrogen-powered airplane.
Trump doesn't
And this
even
is what our
care.
president
This
should
is
be flying
just
in.
all
Look
over
at
the
this
place.
thing. Should be flying in. Look at this shirt.
Kanye's not a rocket scientist. Why is he like saying that?
We'll get rid of Air Force One. Can we get rid of Air Force One? No?
That's
You don't
funny.
like that?
He's just proposing a bunch of things now. He went from one thing to a plane.
But
that
you know what I
happened.
don't like about, it's not that I don't like, what I need Saturday Night Live to improve on, and what I need the liberals to improve on is,
He'll
if
listen to
we don't look
this.
good, Saturday Night Live to improve on, and what I need the liberals to improve on.
I'm sorry, it does
if we
not
don't
look like
good,
Trump is
we
following
don't
at
look good.
all.
I feel like he's sitting there, he's like, wow, this guy's a freaking idiot. Like, dude, I would if I was Trump.
If he don't look good, we don't look good.
Yeah.
This is
Looking
our
good has
president.
nothing to do with
He has to be the
like
freshest,
jobs or like making
flyest,
America great again.
This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest.
That's
the
true.
flyest,
I mean, I
brightest,
see
the
that.
best
I mean, we
best.
should,
And we have to make
even though we
our
don't
force
believe in what he's saying, he is still the representative of our country.
He's really spastic. He's all over the place.
Deep in my heart, I feel like maybe he's trolling. Maybe like the real Kanye's in there somewhere.
So I actually brought some hats in that have a bit of a transition. I'm not trying to put you up
Oh,
in the
no.
pile of it. I made a hat that says "Make America Great," just that. But I would love to see at the Super Bowl Trump wearing the "Make America Great" hat, Colin wearing the "Make America Great,"
What?
and showing that we can learn how to be malleable in the infinite universe that we are and the loving beings that we are.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like trying to come together as a group of people, not just separate parties, you know? Just like make America great.
I love this guy right here.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so awkward.
That's really nice.
Wait, that was so awkward.
I don't think what they're doing is really gonna affect us that much. I think it's just publicity.
He's making a mockery, like, out of, like, the rap game, and especially out of Americans and, you know, people of color, especially Black Americans. I feel like he's kind of just making a mockery of this, and just him, like, being, like, so, like, supporting Trump and being with him. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a joke.
I just don't feel a sense of these are two equals meeting at this point, shaking hands. It's like Kanye's a fanboy, and Trump is there like, oh, that's real nice.
Make America Great, that phrase is just out of the picture for most Americans now. So if he can change it, maybe we can come to some middle ground. I agree, but realistically, it ain't gonna happen.
So following this meeting, the internet had a frenzy, so here are some of the reactions and, of course, some memes.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Trump with cornrows, I would never expect to see that in my life. That's hilarious.
Bro, that's so well made. Why does that look real?
I think we should be laughing as a normal reaction, but we should definitely understand that there's a deeper meaning to this and that we're all screwed.
Kind of makes me laugh just how like pathetic it is. Like it's straight up pathetic that this is going on.
You're such a f***ing president. I love it.
You're such a f***ing president. I love it. Oh, 'cause the song.
This is a freaking train wreck. Like,
What? At least there's memes to like help people, you know, deal with reality.
Letting Kanye just say wild shit in the Oval Office is one of Trump's best accomplishments so far.
I don't know about that one, bud, but okay. Okay, he's done some pretty good stuff. Like, look at the stock market. It went up.
Well, it's because he has so little. That's sad. That's your greatest achievement. Just having some dude come in and talk about he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
In case you missed it, here's Kanye West unlocking his phone using the most unsecure passcode imaginable. 00000.
Yeah, 0000. I saw that part.
okay, that's kind of funny.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's like a little kid showing like his dad is what he drew in class.
Comedy helps with like bad seriousness and like gets like the topic out of everyone's mind and just kind of makes people laugh and like be happy, but like people like need to also do something about it instead of just like making memes.
What are your overall thoughts on Kanye's meeting with the President of the United States?
I would never have thought that would happen in a million years. But now that it has happened, I think it's great. Why not have different sides of the story?
The teens that are awake know this is not right, and the teens that are just a product of their environment are obviously gonna be like, this is it, this is what it is, you know, this is normal, this is how things are supposed to be when they don't see the bigger picture.
This presidency overall has really altered what I think of American presidents. I feel like presidencies are very casual now, and so it is a little weird.
Kanye and his meeting could have definitely had a very big impact on the nation, and then he just flushed it down the toilet, and he wasted it. He wasted it. He had so many things that he could have said that represent so many people. It just shows like the current state of America.
So since Donald Trump became president, it seems that there are a lot of big viral moments like this and the things the president tweets about. Does your generation see this as the new norm for the presidency?
Yeah, a lot of my generation doesn't really take
politics as serious anymore, just because it is so casual and it is such a joke now, almost, in America. And so I don't know how many teens or people in this generation are gonna continue to follow politics because it is such a game now.
So Kanye is not the only major celebrity recently to make his political views very public. Just a little while ago, after years of silence about her political views, Taylor Swift urged her fans to go out and vote in an Instagram post, specifically for a Democrat in her home state of Tennessee. Then, when winning an award, she used her speech to tell people to vote. The Instagram post alone allegedly caused a surge of 65,000 new voter registrations.
Yup, I know about that. I'm not saying just because she's from country music she has to be a Republican, but like I feel like the stuff that they sing about and stuff is more on the right side than the left.
So last question, what do you think about the role celebrities play in politics right now?
It's very good. It's great. At least they're using their power for good.
It's really good for them to be posting all of that like information and telling their fans what to do and stuff, because like fans for celebrities and stuff will like do like anything they say.
Some people are doing it right, like Taylor Swift, and I know that Kesha was also pushing for people to vote, and I think that that's great, but when people like Kanye go up and do like unprofessional things like that, it makes everything worse, I feel.
I don't think it's necessarily too fair that a lot of celebrities are pushing certain political parties on their fans, because that's just one person's bias, and it has so much power that it's kind of not fair to the people who aren't doing research themselves.
I'm 18 now, and I'm eligible to vote, and I haven't, registered to vote yet. And I feel like I'm kind of being a hypocrite. Voting locally is good, and I feel like that's where we can have the most change first.
There's so many countries out there who can't vote, who literally do not have a right. And so for us to not vote is like taking something for granted that we fought for.
Kids should start learning about politics and the way things work as early as they possibly can, because it's a very unique type of intelligence, is political intelligence, and I think a lot of people would be much smarter politically if they got into it at a younger age.
Celebrities oftentimes are very misinformed, just like Kanye. He has no freaking clue what he's talking about, but I think it's great that they're getting people to go out and vote, because that's ultimately how we get stuff done, regardless if it's Republican, Democrat. I just think that we need to vote. People complain so much when stuff happens, but they didn't vote, so it's like you had no say in it anyway, because you didn't do anything. So have your say and go out and vote.